In this video, I'm showing you how to do a dry refresh. We're going from this to this. This is my day 3 hair. As you can see, there's quite a bit of frizz. There are multiple benefits of keeping your hair moisturized during the week, because the more moisturized it is and the more lubrication between the strands, the less it's going to tangle up together. The more moisturized you keep your hair, the less the breakage, the less the tangling that happens, and also detangling the next time also becomes much easier. If you don't keep your hair moisturized during the week, and of course we're not combing our hair, then the next time you go to detangle, it becomes a complete nightmare. And so this is something that I would recommend to everybody. The best product that you can use for this is the Vilva Serum, because this is much lighter than an oil. It will suit a lot of hair types. A few other products that I could also recommend if you need extra moisture. Number one is the Cure's Rojo oil. This is something that I've been using quite frequently. I've used almost 40% of the bottle already. And another one is this Moroccan oil. I'll leave everything linked down below. And if you feel like you need something heavy and a light serum or an oil is not going to cut it for you, then check out the Arata oil, because I feel like this is a little heavier than the lightest oil that I spoke about. So this is definitely not the heaviest oil that you'll find in the market, but I'm recommending this because if you choose to use this to do a dry refresh, then obviously you get the benefit of your hair smelling really nice. I also have a code from Arata, but I would say don't use that. Wait for the 40% discounts. And if you're looking for a heavy-esque oil, not super heavy, not super light, then this is the one that I would recommend. It also works really well as a pre-poo. For almost everyone else, the Vilva Serum. Because this is so light, you can dry refresh with this every single day and it's not gonna weigh your hair down. One tip though, never start from the bottom.
Has this ever happened to you? You went overboard while SOTCing. You used a little bit of extra oil. You started from the bottom and now your ends look crunchy. It is a huge mistake. There is literally no coming back from this, so please be careful.
Always start from the mid-lengths. I'll demonstrate now. I finished my bottle of Vilva Serum. The packaging isn't great. I had a few explosions when I took this on travel. I have demonstrated this product before. I'll link the video up here. For this demonstration, I'll use the Rojo oil by Cure's. So you want to take just one drop because that is totally sufficient. There you go. I feel like that's too much product, so I'll just rub this on the palm of my hands. Whatever's excess, I'll just rub it on my hands like this so that I'm not using too much.
I'm showing you quite a few techniques in this video. You can choose to do one, you can choose to do some, you can choose to do none. Totally up to you. The first one is glazing. I'll glaze the product onto my hairline starting from the top. And then, as you can see, I'll just pat down all of the frizz and baby hair. I've been getting a lot of comments about baby hair recently, so here you go. Use this tip.
If I see any clumps that have broken apart and aren't looking great, this is my opportunity.
I'll run my hands down the broken clumps so as to coat them with oil and use my pin curl refresh technique. I have a detailed video where I demonstrate this technique. The only difference is in that video I demonstrated a wet refresh, and in this video I'm doing a dry refresh. It's relatively simple. Just figure out which clumps you want to refresh, figure out the direction of the curl, and then pin them up for a few minutes. It makes a huge difference. You can also rectify a bad wash day using this technique. Here I'm going to feel around for problem areas. This is technique number 2. Rectifying bumpy clumps. These are basically clumps that look very strange and bumpy at the top. I'll take the clump and with my nails I'll graze down the lengths. Shake and release.
If you find any clumps have coiled together, you can also separate them. from the top, never from the bottom.
Okay, check this out. Sometimes when you separate curl clumps, this happens. It gets all tangled up at the bottom. Again, just use your finger or your nail and graze down the lengths a couple of times. And of course, I can stand to do all of this because on wash day I started off with a hard hold gel. Even though hard hold gels dry your hair out, there are ways to compensate and overcompensate for that dryness. Hard hold gels are a key to making your hair look great during the week. And that's exactly why I swear by them. Here you can see another technique. I'm twirling the curl clump between my fingers. This really helps to bring back some of that lost definition. So keep feeling around to find problem areas, isolate the problematic clumps and then work on them one by one. Again, here I'm working on a clump that's all bumpy at the top, using my fingers to reshape the clump. There you go. Next, I'll take out the pin curls. This technique works much better in a wet refresh format, but just look at the results. Not half bad, very pretty. Just keep in mind that this technique is not going to hold and it's not going to stay if you don't have naturally wavy or curly hair. Next, I'm using a hair pick. A lot of people call this a root comb, a root pick. That's what this is. I completely swear by this tool. This is going to bring back all of that lost volume. It makes a huge difference. Just keep teasing, lifting and picking at the roots. And as you can see, all of that volume is coming back slowly. My hair looks way fluffier now. Lastly, I'm going to fluff and scrunch. I'll push all of my hair forward and fluff out my roots. Again, this technique also makes a huge difference. All you have to do is scrunch and fluff. Look at how full and pretty the hair is starting to look. Just make sure you don't use too much oil, otherwise you'll be left with a greasy, stringy looking mess and you won't be able to rectify that. So these are my results. Obviously this does not look like my day one hair, but it is still so beautiful. I did not use a bonnet this week, just a pineapple and a satin pillowcase. Just a gentle reminder for you. It is so important to have reasonable expectations from your hair and what it can do. Look it, my hair may not be perfect, but to me it is beautiful, I love it, and I would not change it for the world.
And this is what my hair looks like on a part. Let me know what you thought about the dry refresh technique, if this is something you would try. And also if you're looking for more refresh techniques, check out these videos right here.